thousands of people are graduating with certificates and diplomas at Christian Leaders Institute, training for ministry. Now we are offering an ordination opportunity for those who have the Christian Leaders Diploma. Let's talk a little bit about ordination and an ordination certificate. What do people expect in an ordination certificate? First of all, briefly, you expect something. You expect to be confirmed that you have done the academic study, that your gifts are confirmed, that your calling is confirmed to ministry. Now, people in the broader kingdom or in the world also have an expectation of an ordination certificate. Many people, believers, want to know that you have had credible preparation for ministry. So at Christian Leaders Institute, if you've completed the Christian Leaders Diploma, which includes Christian Basics, Pastoral Care and Marriage, Old Testament, New Testament, Theology 1 and 2, and Church History, that's 31 credit hours, that's a prerequisite to take the ordination class of 3 hours. Now, the ordination class will consist of what is ordination. It will talk about women's ordination. It will talk about issues of evangelism and ordination. And it will also have comprehensive tests in Old Testament, New Testament, church history, and theology. Now, in many, many denominations, there's this comprehensive test that confirms that your knowledge base to be a pastor is secure, and we will do that for you as well, so you have that teeth in your ordination certificate that you have been trained in the areas of ministry. In this class, you will also bring forward 3 endorsers who will recommend you for ministry, and if you're married, one of them will be your spouse, and 2 others. If you're not married, 3 endorsers who then you will upload their recommendations. We'll give you a form that they will fill out, and you will upload those recommendations. And after that class, you will register on an international registration at the Christian Leaders Directory, where anyone can see that you are considered ordained by Christian Leaders Institute. So let's talk a little bit more about what this means. What does this CLI ordination certificate mean? Well, first of all, it means the vetting of CLI training. Vetting means the analysis, the looking at your work and helping you determine your call. So that's number 1. It will also mean that you have academic competency. And the third thing is that it will mean that calling and the confirmation of the calling is there because even others will recommend that calling for ministry. What type of ordination is this? It's ordination into ministry. And you will learn about this ordination and the biblical basis for this ordination in the ordination class. But it basically is the ordination of men and women in the order of Stephen, we find in Acts 6 verse 5, and Phoebe, Romans 16, 1 and 2 in the Bible. We take upon this ordination, we understand it as an early church understanding of ministry offices, which you'll read about in the ordination class. And know this, it will be recognized by the United States as a religious organization chartered to educate and ordain leaders. So Christian Leaders Institute is recognized by the United States as a religious organization chartered to educate and ordain leaders. So this whole process will be something, if you're in a local area, let's say in the United States, and a local official wants to see your ordination certificate validity, they can go to the Christian Leaders Directory, find out what the ordination is at Christian Leaders Institute, and see that it is a recognized ordination. And this, if it's recognized in the United States, be assured internationally that this ordination is something that grounds you so that you can be into ministry wherever you are. The recognition of ordination. Let's talk about that real quickly. If you're ordained at Christian leaders, the general population will recognize that ordination. But now, what about different denominations? Well, churches with closed ordination structures will not accept this or any other ordination except those approved by their leaders. Now, many times those leaders will look at what you've done, and there's a way that they can approve that training. I know in the Christian Reformed Church, in other churches, there are ways in which that you can come forward, and you may be ordained at Christian Leaders Institute, but they will then take all of your study and everything like that, and they have another ordination within their own system that they'll work with. Other ministries or other ordinations, they will not recognize this ordination. But in the general population eyes, this will be recognized. There is not one ordination that fits in every single denominational structure. It doesn't exist. Catholics do not recognize Presbyterians. Presbyterians do not recognize Baptists, and so on. However, the implications of the Christian Leaders Directory, if you are ordained on that directory, the implications is that the general population will recognize, certain independent churches, other denominations will recognize. The fact of the matter is ordination is very locally anyway. It's where you're at. It's where you're doing ministry. If you're ordained at that local place where the body of believers recognize you, and that is connected to and in partnership with Christian Leaders Institute, you have a great standing, and your ordination in general will mean a lot, not only to yourself, but will mean a lot to the Christian church worldwide.